everyone, I'm Alanah and welcome to the first episode of a Level Up with Impulse Gamer. I'm going to be reviewing everything from comics to anime to games, but today I'm starting with a little movie from a very unpopular franchise that you might have heard of. That's one of the biggest lies I've ever told. It's Man of Steel, the new Superman movie. Man of Steel is basically exactly what I would expect from a movie that has Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan on board. It's over the top, a little bit cheesy, but still dark, and definitely consistently interesting. It literally starts out as any good movie does, with a woman giving birth to Superman. Now that's a little bit of a weird start, but it really does put emphasis on the important themes of the rest of the movie, which is basically that Superman is God. And from there, without any real spoilers, it follows basically the exact same storyline as Dragon Ball Z. Superman is born, sent to Earth because his planet is decaying, and then a whole bunch of Kryptonians come to team up with Superman and take it over. Of course, because Superman is your classic good guy, that's not happening. Henry Cavill, who acts as the grown-up version of Superman, or Clark Kent, or Kal-El as they call him on Krypton, is actually a really good actor. It's a shame he's so boring though. Some of the comics have Superman actually making jokes. He's a little bit cheeky, but in this, there's none of that. It sort of takes away a little bit of the personality and just leaves him as this beacon of good. That being said though, you are setting yourself up to fail if you ever expect a superhero movie to be the same as the comics, and this certainly isn't. It's like Dragon Ball Z. There are various flashbacks throughout the movie with Clark Kent discovering his powers, and there are a few emotional scenes with his parents sort of oppressing them and telling them that the world is not ready for Superman. But in the grand scheme of things, those exciting origins flashbacks and the things that you're really curious to see is him discovering his powers or how it all came about is really washed out by the dramatic over-the-top action that they force into the end of the movie. There's a lot of fighting between Superman with the army and the Kryptonians who've come to planet Earth. The fighting actually looks really cool. For those of you who've played Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, the Batman games, it looks a lot like that. Basically the Kryptonians bounce between each other with giant kicks and it flows really well and they kick people through walls and it's all pretty cool to watch. Actually, the romance in this movie is appalling. The characters are great and their chemistry on screen is definitely beautiful, but the way they meet and their brief interactions leading to them falling in love does not make any sense at all. But even with the cheesiness, it does present some really serious themes, which no movies ever really have before. That being the Man of Steel is not only incredibly important or doesn't make him incredibly powerful, but it's also incredibly lonely. He's constantly worried that nobody will accept him, he gets picked on. It adds all of these different things to what it really means to be Superman, and that the world really isn't ready for this. With that being said, the main villain, Zod, is equally as tragic as Superman himself. But of course, with all of these different involved figures, there has to be conflict, there has to be an intersection. That intersection just isn't done all that well in the end. But really, I can't imagine anyone not enjoying this movie. It's just not the best that it could have been. Thank you everyone for watching. Next time I'm going to be reviewing volumes 1 and 2 of a new comic book series called Saga, so stay tuned for that. If you have any suggestions yourself or anything you'd like to see me review, particularly comics or anime that are new and have just come out, let us know in the comments below and I'll do my best to get on that. Thank you guys!